Hello, this is Ray Phoenix here, and this is Cosmic Commuter on the Atari 2600. This game is pretty fun. It's very fun, actually. It's made by Activision, the people that were basically the best at making the games on the Atari 2600. So in this game, you basically fly a lunar module or a planetary module, and you fly around the planet, shoot out weird square things or square invaders while trying to collect your people and bring them back to the ship and take off of them. It's not like Defender, or it's like Defender mixed with Lunar Lander almost. On the yeah, it has that similar gameplay style, it's similar game play element. So it's good. This game is very good. It's very fun. You can run out of fuel too, so it's best to get the fuel that's at the top of the screen, so you don't run out of fuel and make sure you don't get yourself killed. You don't have to land the thing softly on the ground. So more is there to say. It's a fun and excellent game made by Activision. You can't go wrong with Activision, right? If you're a big fan of Atari, I highly recommend having Activision games on the Atari as well. I highly recommend you buy the Activision Anthology Collection for the PS2. That's what I'm actually playing this on. That's because I can't seem to find any Activision ROMs for my Stella Atari 2600 emulator, so I have to play this on the PS2, as you could probably notice I'm playing an actual system. I don't have any TVs that are compatible with Atari 2600 anyways. Even my 90s TVs are not compatible with Atari 2600. So even if I was to buy a real Atari 2600, I wouldn't have any TVs that would work with it. So here's something else I want to talk about that's interesting. One of my subscribers, one of the first people that subscribed to me, ZootWorld1, I believe that's his name, you asked me to play Beat 'em and Eat 'em for my next Atari 2600 game. I have nothing against taking requests from people, but there's one thing about that game you requested. For one, Beat 'em and Eat 'em's a porn game on the Atari 2600. I don't like playing porn games. The game is just freaking disgusting, and I don't want to play against disgusting. It also probably violates YouTube's community guidelines as well, which I don't want to take any risks of that. I don't want my channel to get any flags or any bad labels on it. Also, no, I'm not going to be playing that game. Sorry, ZootWorld1, but I'm not going to be playing that. So instead, I'll talk about that game, while I play this game, because they're like opposites. Cosmic Commuter is a very awesome game, and Beat 'em and Eat 'em's a very bad game. The game is poorly made. Some guy takes his, I'm not going to say it, because again, it's really crude, it's really disgusting, it's porn. That's why, and you basically have to, it's like Kaboom, it's like the porn, it's like a sexual version of Kaboom, also a game made by Activision. It's like a porn version. That's really bad, and I don't want to talk about it all. I think Chris Chan might enjoy playing that game, though, because you know the way Chris Chan is at porn. He enjoys anything that's porn-related, or has porn in it. I wonder when they're going to make a Sonic Chew game on the Atari 2600. I'd love to see the Chris Chan Sonic Chew get made into an Atari 2600 game. I wonder what that would be like. Chris Chan never really talks about Atari 2600 that much. He mostly talks about Commodore 64 since it was his first love. He played on that thing before he even knew how to speak. I never had a Commodore 64. As I said before, my mom would kill me if I bought a Commodore 64. Heck, she'd probably kill me more than if I bought an actual arcade machine. So, yeah, I don't have a Commodore 64 either. Unless you know a good Commodore 64 emulator I could get or something, so I could play Commodore 64 games, but for the time being, all I really have is this Atari and all the other stuff I made videos of. So I collected all the people on the planet, as you can see, and I'm about to rendezvous with the lander and fly back up into space, where I get more of my score. Yeah, apparently there were a lot of other porn games released on the Atari 2600 that were made by indie developers and other people, because Atari didn't have any, licensing, or, like Nintendo introduced the whole Nintendo seal of quality. All games have to be approved by Nintendo to be released on the system. Nintendo introduced that. Atari never had any of that. Anyone can make an Atari 2600 game and release it on the Atari 2600, provided you know how to program a game, and you have the resources to mass produce a cartridge of it, but yeah, as long as you know how to do all that, you can make your own Atari 2600 games and sell them. A lot of people did that, and you could with porn games. People made porn games, and yeah, that's exactly why Nintendo can't be a Nintendo seal quality. So garbage like that doesn't get released on the Atari 2600. But ironically enough, the NES actually had more garbage games than the Atari 2600, believe it or not. Because there was all those unlicensed games, like those Color Dreams games and those. What else is unlicensed in that system? A lot of other crappy games that were on the NES. Most of those crappy games on NES are unlicensed. That's why Nintendo later introduced a new chip to prevent that for the Super Nintendo, which apparently the Wisdom Tree, a Bible games company, eventually figured out how to get around that with Noah's Ark 3D. So, yeah, you see, you can never truly get around unlicensed. You can never truly make blocks-to-block unlicensed games, for that matter. And Atari 2600 is technically still a current system today, because people still make their own Atari 2600 games to get them put on actual cartridges, and where they sell them and everything. I wish I could play new Atari 2600 games on my emulator or things like that. I really would like to play some good old classics, some good old classics, good old well, it would be like good old. There wouldn't actually be good old class, of course, but I would actually to see that. It's always Atari 2600. There's so many things that's capable of doing. Like I played the Space Shuttle game just a while back, a few days ago. I played the Space Shuttle game, also made by Activision. That seems very advanced, where it's time where you fly the space shuttle. And then there's that Star Wars game on the Atari 2600, Star Wars arcade game. That game's pretty advanced for Atari 2600. I'm surprised they were able to put a game like that on the 2600. And then there's the Empire Strikes Back game, which is more like the game I'm currently playing right now, Cosmic Commuter, which plays a lot like Defender, so I don't know. Which game came first? Cosmic Commuter, Defender, or the Empire Strikes Back game? I don't know. I don't know which one of those games actually came first. But then again, who cares? That was like 3 decades ago. That was back during the frickin' Reagan administration. I don't think anyone nowadays cares about games that were made during the frickin' Reagan administration, right? So I landed on the planet again, the next planet now. Those SpongeBob things, those things that look like evil SpongeBob are flying around and I have to shoot at them. Yeah, that's sad what happened to Steven Hillenburg. SpongeBob, where he died a few months ago. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Heck, I bet Steven Hillenburg has made more money off SpongeBob and SpongeBob has been more successful than all 4 of Butch Hartman's shows combined together. SpongeBob's probably a lot more popular than Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, Tough Puppy, and Bunsen is a Beast all combined together. I watch Butch Hartman's videos a lot on YouTube. His videos are pretty entertaining and funny. I like watching them. I like watching him open up fan mail. I've considered sending him some fan mail before. I was considering sending him maybe, I don't know, it's like some China markers. And I did a video on China marker drawing. It's very difficult drawing China marker. It's hard to get proportions and things accurate. And if you goof, you can't erase your mistakes. So it's game over now, as you can see. Ray Phoenix, signing out.